Hi everybody, this is Kathy. Welcome back. Hope everybody's doing well. And as most people know, Patrick Roark has a court date tomorrow morning, and that is Thursday, February 19th in the Raleigh County Courthouse. And this is for a probation revocation and contempt. Now, will he go back to jail? I guess that is the million-dollar question. Will he go back to jail tomorrow? Now, my guess is yes. I think according to the law, it's a very good chance that he'll be going back. And so, but we're going to go look at what he's going to face tomorrow. We're going to look at this, what is a probation revocation and contempt, and what is the possibility that's going to happen tomorrow. And it really doesn't matter what anybody wants. It's up to the judge 100%. And this isn't just any judge. It's the judge that gave him the probation. He's got to go back in front of that judge, and that is Judge Compton, the judge that gave him the 1-year probation last summer on July 21st, 2025, when Patrick was in the midst of doing Timmy videos. He got sentenced to 1 year of probation. So we're going to look at that and see maybe what Patrick is facing tomorrow. Okay, so as you can see, he'll be going to the court, the magistrate, and it is, like I said, Judge Keith Compton, the judge that originally sentenced him, and this is a hearing for probation, revocation, and contempt. And that looks like two different things to me. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, on July 21st of 2025, Patrick was given 1 year unsupervised probation. And he had, as you can see, 1 year jail time was suspended. So Judge Compton, rather than putting Patrick in jail for 1 year, he gave him 1 year of unsupervised probation. So tomorrow, Patrick will be going back in front of the magistrate, Compton here, and facing him for a probation, revocation, and contempt. And so if you look up what a suspended sentence is, it is a court-ordered, fully or partially deferred jail or prison sentence allowing a convicted individual to avoid immediate incarceration. Instead, they're placed on probation, subject to conditions like good behavior, rehabilitation, or community service. If conditions are violated, the original sentence is enforced. And since it was unsupervised probation, I think that means he didn't have to check in with the probation officer or do tests or anything like that. I think it was just, keep your nose clean for a year. So since Magistrate Compton handed down that sentence, this is who Patrick has to go answer to now. Now, there was also an amount to be paid, $882.37, along with this case. And as you can see, Patrick has paid it, so it is down to zero. Now, some people think maybe he's getting probation revocation because they didn't pay the fines. No, I don't think so at all. I don't think it was a good look to have 6 months later. Now, I really don't know how it works. I don't know if you have 90 days to pay it or 30 days, or it just has to be paid by the time you get with your probation after the year. I don't know how it works, but I highly doubt that he was, this hearing is, have to do with this amount that was unpaid. But nonetheless, it is now paid, so I'm sure that's not going to hurt his case. I'm sure that will probably, be a plus. But I don't think it had anything to do with the money, personally. Who even knows if he was past due, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it has more to do with the arrest of with the 11 felonies, the new charges that Patrick has. Because tomorrow will be two things. It said it was a probation revocation and contempt hearing. So first we're going to go over the probation revocation. A probation revocation hearing is what he's going to have tomorrow. So let's read what that is. A probation revocation hearing is a legal proceeding, often following an arrest or a violation report, where a judge determines if an individual has broken the terms of their probation. It's an informal, non-jury trial to decide if the probation should be revoked, potentially resulting in jail or prison time, or if probation should continue, perhaps with stricter conditions. Now, as you can see, the purpose is to determine if a violation occurred, and then if so, what would be the punishment for that. And we'll get into the options on that in a minute. Now, the other thing besides probation revocation, it says that contempt of court. So it says being in contempt of court means failing to follow a court order or disrupting judicial proceedings, which can result in penalties such as fines, jail time, often up to 6 months, or both. And so, as you can see, the consequences for contempt, now you can get up to 6 months extra for the contempt. Key consequences of contempt: jail time. A judge may sentence you to county jail, workhouse, or work farm with terms lasting up to 6 months. You may get fines, attorney fees, and so on. Now, what happens if you get charged with a felony while on probation? Getting charged with a felony while on probation is a serious violation that typically triggers a probation violation petition, likely resulting in a warrant for arrest, potential revocation of probation, and the imposition of the original suspended prison sentence. You will face penalties for both the new charge and the old offense, original offense. So what happens first? The procedures is arrest warrant and detention. Now, if you remember, Patrick got served with this probation revocation and contempt notice for the hearing while he was still in jail during that week. I think he got served on Thursday and then he got bailed on Friday. So they didn't really need to have an arrest warrant. He was already in jail, but they did serve him with this hearing for tomorrow. And then next after that, so that's already been done. They didn't need to have the warrant. He was already in custody. So then next, which is tomorrow, is a revocation hearing. A judge will hold a hearing to determine if you violated probation. If they find you did, they can revoke your probation and require you to serve the original sentence in jail or prison. Now, let's go over that. Now, the magistrate gave him the probation, served him the probation on July 21st, 2025. So I guess what they're saying is that the judge, it's totally up to him. He can say, you know what, we're going to revoke your probation and you're going to have to serve the rest of your time till July 21st behind bars. Or he can say, you know, we'll give you 30 days behind bars. Or he can say, hey, it really wasn't that bad. We'll just continue your probation as it is, maybe get a warning. But I'm not so sure about the warning with 11 new felonies. So I asked Google, if you're on probation and get charged with 11 felonies, will your probation be revoked? And the answer AI says yes. If you're on probation and charged with 11 felonies, it is extremely likely your probation will be revoked. New felony charges are considered severe violations, and courts often revoke probation for such actions, leading to the imposition of your original suspended sentence a revocation hearing will likely occur, which is what he's going to go to tomorrow. So the high risk of revocation, new criminal charges are serious, substantial violations. New criminal charges are serious, substantive violations, not just technical ones, making revocation highly likely outcome to protect public safety. Consequences. If revoked, the court can impose the remaining balance of your original state prison sentence, which, that would be, well, now you're going to get locked up until July 21st. I think it was 21st. And then the process, as we went over, it'll take place where the judge will determine if the violation was intentional and inexcusable after balance and rehabilitation needs. So, it's a good thing he does have a lawyer. It says to have a criminal defense attorney to represent you at the revocation hearing. And Patrick does have counsel, so he's, lucky he's got the lawyer already. Looks like he's going to need it. Now it says here, it's crucial to have a criminal defense attorney to represent you at the revocation hearing, as they may be able to argue against full revocation, although this is difficult with multiple felony charges. If his probation gets revoked tomorrow and he has to serve out the rest of his sentence behind bars, he would be in jail until July 21st, 2026. And of course, he's already got the other case he's dealing with, and that he'll be going with in March, which is a different judge, different case, different judge. So he'll have that to deal with. But if he's revoked and he has to be, if he's ordered to serve out the rest of his sentence behind bars, it will be at least until July 21st, 2026. And that is a good 5 months right there. Oh, and on top of it, remember, it's also possible that he would get 6 months on the contempt on top of it. Up to 6 months on the contempt. So if the max on this, it would be probably serve out the rest behind bars, the other 5 months behind bars. And plus, he could also get up to 6 months for the contempt, I think. But anyway, and that's what Patrick is facing tomorrow. I'm sure he's probably not going to get a very good night's sleep tonight. I would be very nervous if I was him. And poor Moose. But anyway, so we'll just have to wait and see what the judge does. It's always up to him, Judge Compton, or Magistrate Compton. And, maybe, if we're lucky, Creepalatia will have Josie down there again to get us the scoop. So anyway, we'll have to wait and see. It's all up to the courts, up to the judge. And hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching, and peace.